Hello everyone. Let's talk about an organization which can make India great again in its true sense. Yes, we are going to talk about ISRO, Indian uh, Space Research Organization. So, ISRO is the major body of India, is a major institution of India which conducts operation in the space and in the space technology. Uh, and it is a government body and um, there are many achievements of ISRO that we have seen in the last decades. ISRO comes in the top six of space research organizations of the world, and it is also one of the space research organization that has been in the news in the last years. So there have been several reasons of that. Its Mars operation. It landed on Mars, and many of them we will talk about it. So if we see that the global space research market is almost $360 billion, and India's contribution to it is $7 billion. That's almost 2%. So that's very low. That clearly shows that Indian contribution to the space research is quite low in terms of funds. But the funds we are using is getting very nicely utilized. If we see that the Mars mission was very cost effective. It was the most cost effective mission. If we see that the satellites that India launches are very effective too. Here we have both pro and con, that the budget is low, but whatever the budget we have is utilized in a efficient manner by ISRO. So started in 1969, ISRO, due to lack of technology and lack of funds also, collaborated with the Soviet Union, USSR, and that's where they learned new things also. And that's the time when the first Indian satellite Aryabhat was launched. So that was a great success in terms of space exploration. And thereafter, if we see that after launching the Aryabhat, India became the seventh country to launch its satellite in the orbit. So that was a great achievement because at that time India was not very economically strong country, and there were many major powers ahead of India in this, but India at least became seventh to do so. Then fast forwarding the time, India developed PSLV. So it was a kind of uh, it was used in launch of and that was used in the Chandrayaan mission 1 and also in the Mars mission in 2000 in the 2010s. The ISRO conducted Mars mission, so PSLV was used in that also, and the Chandrayaan 1 also. Recently it has been developing the GSLV that it will use in its further projects of moon exploration and Mars exploration too. If we see the other highlights of ISRO, that as I mentioned, ISRO was the fourth nation to land on Mars. So that was really commendable, seeing on its budget, and it was very cost effective. India came into highlights. ISRO came into highlights when ISRO came into limelights uh, when the Western media captured this and captured this very heavily. That ISRO conducted a Mars mission, landed on Mars very successfully in a very low budget, and they used a very out of the box technologies also, uh, like launching the like launching the launching the space vehicle in in the orbit with a very different way. So that was very nice, nicely done and efficiently done by ISRO. There are many other aspects of it, not just space exploration, in many other fields, like in weather forecast. That has been very useful for farmers also. ISRO has contributed very well. If you see other aspect of it is air trafficking that are heavily used by airlines, and that is very much and ISRO has done as a very helpful hand for the airlines and also for the Air Force also. If we see in the defense sector, ISRO contributes a lot. Uh, it it uses its satellite for the surveillance in the border areas. So that is also an aspect that ISRO is helping India. And the GPS and the air trafficking defense weather, all this mm, is very much helpful. Not just it's not just space exploration, but we are also getting economic benefit out of it. So that is very uh, nice to see. And the new thing is Navic. It's a GPS system uh, that the world media is very much focusing on, and the Indian government is also promoting Navic. So it is an indigenous built GPS system, like we use Google Maps today. So it can be a replacement for if someone wants to move around India, any corner of India, and even 1500 kilometer away from India, then Navic can be used for that. And I think that will be a great boost if it is utilized economically as well. uh, and recently India has also become the satellite launcher for the world, for the lesser developed countries, or the lesser technologically developed countries. If we see that Brazil, many of the uh, Middle East countries, they get their satellites launched by ISRO. So there are several reasons for this. Number one is cost effectiveness. ISRO is very cost effective when it comes to satellite launching. And number two is trust. ISRO has built a very nice trust among all its partners, all its countries and companies. Mm, ISRO efficiency of ISRO is very high if we compare it with the other competitors, excluding some USA, Russia, and China. Uh, ISRO is doing exceptionally nice work in this field of satellite launching as well. And there are some shortcomings also in the whole sector of Indian space exploration. Number one is that the private sector till now was not very much involved in this, and we all know that if private sector is not there, then we were lacking efficiency. So recently, some steps have been taken by the government to include the private sector and startups in space exploration and defense technologies also. And I think that is a very nice step taken over, because I think should government should not be the only body that governs the whole space research exploration of the country consisting of 130 crore people. There must be the scope of entrepreneurs and new space researchers, amateurs who can join startups or conduct their studies on their own in this field of space exploration. And another disadvantage for India has been brain drain. If we see that almost in every NASA operation, or the operation that American companies are doing, uh, American private players are also doing, like Blue Origin and SpaceX, they are doing. Many Indians are involved in it, but if we see in ISRO, uh, so there is a problem of brain drain also. Many of the scientists who used to work in ISRO have to go to United States and other European countries, for better, I don't know, for I think better lifestyle and better research opportunities also. But brain drain has always been a problem with India, and in space research it has been exceptionally high. It's been uh, a very concerning problem. So that must be addressed by providing good opportunities to the scientists and the researchers here in India, in ISRO, and in the private firms as well. That will be of great help to ISRO, as well as the whole space exploration of India. And that can be a very positive step that can be taken by the government. Thank you very much.